Welcome all to the official launch of the inaugural Guyana International Petroleum Business Summit, popularly known as GIPEX 2018. This event, slated to be held from February 7 to 9, is intended to be the very first of its kind here in Guyana, being organized by Valiant Business Media with support from Go Invest and the Ministry of Natural Resources. It is indeed an exciting time here in these 83,000 square miles. A consultant in the industry recently told me that in most places where companies are searching for oil, the question is, will they really make a discovery? But in Guyana, the question has now apparently become, how large will the next discovery be? GIPEX is therefore set to play an integral role in Guyana's emerging petroleum industry by providing a platform for the sharing of vital knowledge and information, as well as business opportunities in the sector and beyond. To tell you more about GIPEX 2018, please welcome Managing Director of Valiant Business Media, Mr. Sharik Abdul Hai.
I welcome you all on behalf of Valiant Business Media, and I thank you for being here today. It's my pleasure to welcome you to our press conference to summarize and announce the convention that we've been conceptualizing and planning for the last 18 months to almost 2 years. It is called GIPEX, Guyana International Petroleum Exhibition and Summit, which is jointly being held here with Go Invest with support from the Ministry of Natural Resources. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the importance of this summit lies in the fact that Guyanese petroleum sector is on its way to becoming the mainstay of the national economy here in coming years. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update and what the format of this event is. We run such events in different other fields, and the key idea and the aim of such an event is to support the industry here by bringing together a group of international participants who would interact, have discussion with the local businesses here to see how some joint opportunities or joint ventures could be formed. As an update, we're looking at around 50 plus international and local companies to come together here at Marriott to set up their booths where they will be open to showcasing their capabilities in this important sector. In terms of the attendance, I think we're looking at around 350 to 400 executives, and some of them very, very senior people from the international oil and gas industry. The idea also was that we create a platform which is also open to public here in Guyana. And I thank Exxon particularly by coming on board as strategic partners. This is one of their important kind of missions as well, to share information or to educate people into the different aspects of oil and gas industry. So it's open to public on one of the days, which will be, I think, Friday between 2 to 6 p.m. The convention is open to public to come and meet various stakeholders and all the companies who are here. I would like to thank, again, the Ministry of Natural Resources, Go Invest, and all our key partners who have been supportive of this project, and very much look forward to welcoming you all from the 7th to 9th of February here at Marriott. Thank you again for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Abdul Hai. I will now invite the CEO of Go Invest, Mr. Owen Verry, to tell you a bit more about that organization's role in this event.
On behalf of Go Invest, I would like to say that myself and team that has been working along with the Ministry of Natural Resources, Valiant Media, Saga City, and Ministry of Business, together with the other local partners who've been organizing this event. We're all happy to be a part of it. It is a Government of Guyana sponsored event as a part of a public-private partnership, with the private partner being Valiant and the government partners primarily being Go Invest via the Ministry of Business Ministry of Natural Resources providing that support to ensure that the comments that Valiant made earlier are achieved for the benefit of businesses and the general economy in Guyana. So we're really happy to be a part of that. GoInvest is an agency responsible for attracting and supporting investments in Guyana, and also responsible for supporting the exports and trade development of Guyana. We play a key role in that in terms of being a major part of activities like this, whether it's in the oil and gas sector or all of the other sectors in Guyana. So we're really proud and happy to make our contribution, learn from it, and be able to assist the local industry in particular in gaining the knowledge and accessing those opportunities. From our perspective, in being a part of the organizing of this activity, has always been about ensuring the activity brings benefit to Guyana, and we look forward to ensuring local businesses have something involved in it. There are many local partners who are a part of the organizing and the delivery of the service to ensure this activity is a success. From the media aspect of it, I think we can see that here. Lots of the logistics, the printing, the venue itself, and all of those things. So on behalf of GoInvest, I think I would like to say thank you for the opportunity to the Ministry of Natural Resources to take the lead role on behalf of Government of Guyana, and on behalf of many of the local private sector organizations that I've seen in the crowd here and that we've already met or we've had various discussions with either in person or by phone. We look forward to continue speaking with you to ensure that you and your membership benefit the most from this opportunity that is going to come here.
I would like to welcome the Honorable Dominic Gaskin to the podium.
Firstly, let me say that the Ministry of Business is extremely pleased to be associated with this event. It is my belief that once properly organized and properly executed, that the Guyana International Petroleum Business Summit can be of benefit to a number of stakeholder groups and to our country in general. For us, we see this as a major international event, and one that can be used to promote Guyana as an emerging oil and gas producer. It is also an opportunity for the government of Guyana and our local private sector to work together to showcase Guyana as a pro-business destination, as a place where things are happening, as a place where investors are welcome, and as a place with a bright future. It is also an excellent networking opportunity for our local private sector. I believe Mr. Verwey did touch on that, and I'd like to reiterate that. We've had, I think there's a lot of angst perhaps within the local private sector that the Guyana's inexperience in this industry could lead to us maybe getting the short end of the stick. But I'd like to say that I don't think that's going to happen. There are a number of interventions that are being made and measures that are being put in place to ensure that Guyana and Guyanese, and that includes our local private sector, are the main beneficiaries of all that is taking place offshore. And in that regard, we've had over the last 2 years some amazingly positive results coming out of the exploration activities offshore. I think it augurs well for the future of Guyana's economy. Not everyone sees this, not everyone feels it, but it's happening. It's happening before our eyes. There is something unfolding that is good for Guyana, and we must understand that, yes, there are pitfalls in the oil and gas industry. Yes, many countries have not been able to reap the maximum benefits from their natural resources. I think we have learned a lot from the mistakes of others. We've heard a lot about the mistakes of others. We don't intend to make those mistakes. I'd like to give that assurance.
Thank you, Minister Gaskin. As I saw this afternoon, Mr. Henson, the country manager for ExxonMobil himself, coming into the room, I realized that he was here himself to give remarks on behalf of the company. And that speaks to the important role that events like GIPEX 2018 play, and that ExxonMobil itself believes play in this regard. In fact, it was announced in December that ExxonMobil had come on as a strategic partner with GIPEX 2018. I'd like to welcome Rod Henson, country manager of ExxonMobil Guyana, to the podium.
On behalf of ExxonMobil, we're really proud and pleased to partner with the government of Guyana, with Go Invest and Valiant on this event. Minister Trotman has talked about this for some time, has had a vision of this, and we're really pleased to see it come to reality. In particular, ExxonMobil, we're happy to be the strategic partner, to be the lead partner in this inaugural event. For us, it was really kind of a no-brainer. We wanted to do that. This is a really big deal, and I'm sure this will prove to be the first of many very effective events. We've had a long relationship here in Guyana. We feel a special responsibility to share our experiences and to participate in these discussions. Very proud to kind of walk hand in hand with Guyana as they join a community of oil-producing nations. This is really just the beginning. These forums, this GIPEX event is really important in the industry to, it gives us an opportunity to exchange ideas, and we talk about this community of oil and gas nations and companies and whatnot. So these events give us an opportunity to network local companies, to make contact with international companies and whatnot, and also really just showcase Guyana. I know it's going to do that. They're really good topics in terms of like safety, local content, and just generally how to do business in Guyana. Very important things. There's already, I know, a good turnout. ExxonMobil is going to participate in many different ways as ourselves, but also the Center for Local Business Development has been talked about, and I understand they're going to have a piece in this conference as well. Also, many local and international companies. So I know this is going to be a very successful event, and I wish everyone a fruitful experience. So thank you.
The next speaker, who would be officially declaring GIPEX 2018 open, so to speak, has been playing, of course, an integral role in the natural resources sector. And over the last several months, I would have had reason to have discussions with Minister Trotman on various issues as it relates to the oil and gas industry. And there has always been an indication from the minister of wanting to have the approach going forward to be all-inclusive, whether it's in the area of business, whether it's in the area of regulation. There is a lot of emphasis placed on consultations and inclusivity. And I think that going forward, that bodes absolutely well for Guyana. So I would like to welcome the Honorable Raphael Trotman, Minister of Natural Resources, to the podium.
It is a pleasure to be here this afternoon to do a soft or somewhat informal launch of GIPEX, which has been, in fact, as you would have heard, in the planning stages in one form or the other for the last 18 or so months. On or about, I would say, mid-2016, our High Commissioner in London, Mr. Hamley Case, sent a proposal, as he is wont to do, from time to time, but this was a proposal from a company known as Valiant Media, offering to host in Guyana an international symposium, exposition, or conference on oil and gas. Of course, at the point in time in June of 2016, we thought it was a bit early. Nonetheless, we invited Valiant to submit some more information and to come to Guyana to speak with us. And as a result, we have today's event, which is really, I believe, a signal achievement given the fact that we started from nowhere. We believe that, as has been said earlier, Guyana is about to take off. On a daily basis, even though I am minister and not actively and intimately involved, I receive emails, I receive inquiries, I receive requests for persons to be present, to be a part of this exposition. And these come from as far away, recently Saudi Arabia, to an hour ago from New York. So there is great interest, and this event is billed as a business summit. And I'm happy that the decision was taken within the Ministry of Natural Resources to hand this over to those who know about business. That is, to go invest in the good skills of Mr. Vorway and his staff and the staff of the Ministry of Business. We sought, even though the proposal came to us, to play a supporting role. And this is why we believe that bringing some of the world's leading companies, and some of them I believe I saw their logos displayed earlier in different parts of the room, to meet local business and interests and concerns is way better than taking Guyanese business interests and business persons to the different parts of the world. And so we are providing a platform and an opportunity for all of those who speak about local content and the desire to see more of it, to actually shake hands and to touch the Schlumbergers and the others who do this and have been doing this for the last 10 and 5 decades. So this is our way of saying we are in partnership with you. Government does not wish and does not believe that it should be the ones who dictate. We know that there is a policy, and I'm very grateful to see the president of the GCCI here. Thank you for your input in the policy. And I recognize Mr. Maniram Prashad, president of the Energy Chamber, and all members of the private sector who have helped us to bring the policy to where it is so far. And yes, as I've said before, policies must precede legislation. You don't move from zero to legislation. You have a policy, and the policy informs the legislation. So we will get to where it is that we have to get to. Bearing in mind that apart, I believe, from the Jubilee field in Ghana, Guyana remains the second jurisdiction or the second place in all of the world where we've moved the fastest from exploration, discovery, and production. In Ghana, I believe it was just over 36 months. In Guyana, I see Mr. Henson probably being the expert, the practitioner is going to tell me no. But my information is that this is record time. We are moving from an exploration and a discovery in 2015 to production by the first quarter of 2020. It has not been done in many other parts of the world. And my good friend and schoolmate, Mr. Mangal, is agreeing because he's worked in all parts of the world on exploration and production. We are happy, as I said, that businesses here in Guyana can meet the top businesses from elsewhere. And so it was without hesitation that we said yes to this venture. And it was without hesitation that the Ministry of Business and Go Invest said yes when we said to them, please take this on board for us and we will give you the support rather than we trying to headline it ourselves. Thank you to our partners, both Go Invest and to the sponsors. And especially I'd like to thank all of the organizers. Events like this, even though it has not taken place, but events like this don't happen without very, very long hours of planning and execution and trial and error. So I'd like to thank everyone for their patience. I'd like to thank you for your commitment. I'd like to thank you for taking the risk. And I just wrote some words here, and it occurred to me as I've been pondering on this very much recently about whether or not we should develop our petroleum resources. And it is my view, and my view only, I'm not saying that this is the view of the government, that one of the reasons why we have not, as a country, realized our full potential so far, because we've always heard about Guyana's potential, is because we have been unable or perhaps even sometimes afraid to grasp it. We find every reason why we should not. We either allow fear to consume us, or we find all the different reasons why we shouldn't do something. No business has been successful, or no venture has gone to fruition without risks being taken, without someone deciding to step out and say, this is how we're going to do it. The government of Guyana has done so with Exxon, it has done so with Repsol, it is hoping to do so with Chevron and others, it has done so with so many other companies. We have no regrets. We look forward to a brighter, better, beautiful day for Guyana. Thank you very much. May God bless you.
Thank you, Minister Trotman. And I don't think that there are any right-thinking Guyanese that would really seriously believe that we should not exploit these resources. On that note, I would like to thank the members of the head table, special invitees, members of the media. Thank you all for coming and providing coverage.